Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Toby. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in info box. I'll get to as soon as I can. And for those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it. And I'm trying to get these out as soon as I can, so I apologize for the lateness. But Toby, I know you sent a few more. I'll try to get to them when I can, but thank you for your generosity. If you're watching, I hope you're watching. Thank you. And yeah, if anyone wants to request any type of videos, topic, tier list, ranking, review, re-review, video game playthrough, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. And this is for Eyes Wide Shut, the 1999 Stanley Kubrick film that became his last movie. That, to be honest, I had never seen until now. I had heard of it, of course. I had seen bits and pieces of it. I always remember the trailer. This is Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman making out to the song, "They Did a Bad, Bad Thing. They Did a Bad, Bad Thing," which is in the movie. Both the song and the scene. This is one of those films that the reason I never saw it until now, because I do like Kubrick films. I do like Dr. Strangelove, The Shining I love, Full Metal Jacket, 2001 A Space Odyssey. I'm not big on A Clockwork Orange like other people are. But I mean, I just never bothered to watch this because I thought, well, the subject material just doesn't seem that interesting to me. And I kind of feel the same way watching it again. Now, I did not hate the film. I thought the film, for me, was a one-time watch. I do appreciate at times it does have this dreamlike quality with the way it's directed, the soundtrack. I especially like this creepy piano that you hear quite a bit in the third act of the film. Like very creepy piano. And I do get the idea behind the film where it's about two people. It's a married couple, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. And you get the idea that, they have a daughter, they go out to a party, and you kind of see that they're flirtatious with other people, and then later they have a conversation about it, and Tom's like, "Well, I'm never jealous of you," and, "Oh, why is that?" "Because I know women don't do that. I know you'll be faithful." And then she tells a story about there's this naval guy, and she actually thought on maybe whether she would leave him and their daughter and go with this naval guy. I think she had like a dream about it or something. Then the next time he was gone, and she didn't know if she should be happy or sad about it. And that freaks Tom Cruise out. And so the whole thing is that you have this marriage where you have two people that are thinking of other people. Obviously their marriage, something ain't going right. So they're thinking of other people, other flirtations, other teens, other seductions, other elements of sexuality that they could be entranced and pulled into. Temptation is the word I'm thinking of. Other temptations. Just from time to time you hear Nicole Kidman, "Oh, I had this dream where I was with these guys and you were watching," or "I was a part of orgy." And then on the flip side, Tom Cruise is going around, and it seems like everywhere he goes, everyone's a fucking pervert. Everywhere he goes. That's kind of like most of the film. He goes somewhere, they're a pervert. He goes somewhere, they're a pervert. Everyone wants to fuck. I'm like, where does he live? Because I'll just move there so that every block I go to, someone wants to fuck me. Okay, let's go. Like, I could fuck this person. I fuck everything that moves. Let's say I forget where this takes place in. Is it New York? I should know that. I'm like, I should just go there if that's the case. Everybody just wants to fuck everybody. Yeah, New York, okay. Everyone just wants to fuck everybody. And again, whether they're at this party and this Hungarian tries to pick up on Nicole Kidman, or these two mouths hit on Tom Cruise, who is a doctor in the movie, or again, when Tom goes out, like almost immediately, like he goes to see this patient whose dad died, and the patient wants to have sex with Tom Cruise. And then he goes outside, and after some assholes bump into him, this hooker just, escorts him to her room and charges $150. I'm like, that sounds cheap compared to what some people do. And no, I've never done that. Hell, they don't even have that around here, so I wouldn't even have the option, let alone if I would do it or not. But it just seems like cheap, because you see other movies, and other movies, it's $1,000. I'm like, really? But $150? I mean, damn. But so, again, the patient died, and his daughter wants to have sex with Tom. This hooker wants to have sex with Tom. And even like after just a kiss, he gets a call from his wife. He's gonna leave. He's still gonna pay her. And the hooker even goes, "Oh, you don't have to pay me." I'm like, really? We have a hooker with a code. Usually it's like, you don't pay me. Hey, you still don't pay me, motherfucker. I'm gonna get my pimp, and you don't beat the shit out of you. No, it's like, oh, you don't have to pay me. Why? Because it's Tom Cruise. He gets special treatment. What else? Oh, this guy that he met at the part of the beginning, this guy named Nick, he meets him again because he's playing in this band, and he's like, oh, I have this gig where, guess this, I'm supposed to play blindfolded. And he just takes a call and writes a password, and Tom sees it. It's like, come on, you can tell me, man. Ultimately, that happens, and Tom gets a costume and a mask from this place, where in that place, the guy's daughter is fucking two people, and he gets pissed at him. And then later on, when he returns the stuff back, the guy's pimping out his own daughter and offers, hey, Tom, you want to fuck my daughter? I mean, Jesus. Everybody want to fuck everybody. And then the big scene, oh yeah, and that daughter is Lily Sobieski, which she was in Joyride with Paul Walker and Steve Zahn. She was in The Glass House. She's been in a couple films around this time. But of course, the thing people remember is the weird orgy thing, where he gets there, he gives the password, he's got the mask on, and he sees this weird ritual with people in robes. So a ditty party. He goes to a ditty party. Goes to a ditty party. It's not Epstein Island, because everyone's older than 5. So he goes to the ditty party, and the ditty party ain't having him. All to be fair, I don't know if I can say the ditty party. It seems like everybody here is white. I didn't see any other. Maybe there were, but all I remember was white people. I see white people, not dead people, white people. But he just found out, and this girl that he helped earlier, because Sidney Pollack, the director, is in this, because apparently that was supposed to be played by Harvey Keitel, but Keitel was pissed off that Kubrick wanted so many takes. I'm like, you didn't know this? Like, it's Stanley Kubrick, of course he does. You think Harvey Keitel would have known that before saying yes, but apparently he didn't. So Harvey Keitel quit, so they got Sidney Pollack, who does fine, but Harvey Keitel is definitely the better actor. I said, but Sidney Pollack, for a guy who's a director, he does fine in the part. He was with this girl who almost overdosed to death, and Tom helps her. She's later at this party and helps him out. He gets found out, and she's like, I offer myself. And it's kind of like this weird dreamlike state of this whole night that he's going through, but then the next day is kind of this wake-up call of just how screwed up it all is. Where, again, the guy he got the costume from, at first he was pissed off that his daughter was doing this, now he's pimping out his own daughter. All that hooker, just after hearing Nicole give another fucking wet dream tale of her tumultuous affair in her mind. He's like, I'm going to go see this hooker again. But apparently her roommate says she's got HIV positive. Well, if you're Charlie Sheen, you would still hit it, but he's not Charlie Sheen. And that party, he goes to where that place is at, and he's given a note, get the fuck out of here, don't come back, consider this your final warning. Then he reads, then he reads a newspaper where that girl died of an OD, recognizes her in the morgue, goes to Sidney Pollack. He was in on it. The guy, Nick, he went to the hotel where the guy was staying, and I think it's Alan Cumming, actually. He was in X-Men 2 as Nightcrawler. He was in Get Carter. He's here as a guy working at the hotel, saying, hey, yeah, he left with two dangerous-looking guys, and Lily had a bruise on his face. And then when he asked Sidney Pollack, he's like, well, I mean, the girl OD'd. I mean, you know how she is. And that guy, they just sent him back home to Seattle. Of course, we don't buy into his bullshit, but Tom can't do anything. He's not Ethan from Mission Impossible. They ain't that kind of movie. He goes home to Nicole. He cries. They go out with their daughter for Christmas shopping, because it is a Christmas movie. And then she pretty much says, we should be grateful that we survived our adventures. We're awake now, hopefully for a long time to come. Meaning, we're not bullshitting each other. We kind of know we have these deficiencies. Now that we know and it's out in the open, maybe we can work to something stronger. I mean, Tom apologizes to her, but it doesn't seem that Cole really apologizes to him. That's what it seemed like. But she does say, I do love you, and there's something we need to do soon as possible. What? She looks at him and goes, fuck. Then the movie ends, so the idea is that they know that they have these temptations with for other people. Hopefully this will make them grow stronger, at least for a while longer, and now let's go fuck. Not sex, but fuck, like passionate. Maybe you fuck her wet dreams out of her brain, Tom. I don't know. Was it soon after that they got divorced? When did they get divorced? Tom and Nicole. When was that? 2001, so not too long after. The only other person I recognized was the patient's daughter. Her fiance was... She had a fiance, Thomas Gibson. He was on this TV show Dharma and Grade, which I remember from back in the day. He was also on Criminal Minds. I know this is a film a lot of people love this film. They adore this film. This, to me... I appreciate the way it's directed. Because Kubrick can make some really good-looking films. And his use of the camera. I appreciate the music used. Like I said, I do think that piano motif was rather creepy. Now, anytime you think of the orgy, that's this weird ritual, as high-profile people in this secret society. Now you can only think of people in Hollywood that's part of this stuff, and maybe it's ahead of its time on that aspect. And I think that's where a lot of people, when they think of this film, they think of that aspect. But for its 2 hour and like 25 minute running time, I just don't think there was enough there for me to really grab onto as a story. At least for me, it was a guy going around, everyone's horny, he doesn't get laid, some people died, disappeared, he knows the truth, but he can't do anything about it. So then it's like, okay, well, now what? And I don't know, it's kind of what I felt that I was going to think, and why I didn't see this in the first place. That the subject material just did not interest me. It just didn't intrigue me enough to go see the film in the first place. So then you get scenes that just seem very overdrawn, overlong, and sometimes like repetitive. He goes to someone and they're a pervert. Goes to someone, they're a pervert. Goes to someone, there's a pervert. Goes to someone, there's a pervert. I'm sure that's the idea, but it's like, okay, I get it, but like, where's the rest of the fucking story? But I mean, some may argue you just say that for other Kubrick films, but I don't know, like, maybe just the gimmick of them, like the central theme, I just got into it more. Whether it be the madness of The Shining, or how people are turned into killers in Full Metal Jacket, or... And then on top of that, they have these harrowing scenes of Jack Nicholson trying to get Shelley Duvall, or... I think the whole sniper scene in Full Metal Jacket is fantastic. Expertly crafted. In 2001, like... I mean, I guess some could say, well, couldn't you say the same thing about 2001? But again, like, sci-fi space travel, I'm more interested in than if Tom Cruise gets laid. Will Tom Cruise get laid? The movie. That's what it sometimes felt like. Will he get laid this time? 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 It's like shopping app. I mean, a dating app for Tom Cruise. The movie. So like I said, I don't hate the film. I just see the craftsmanship. I don't think Tom Cruise or Nicole Kidman did a bad job. I'm trying to see if there's any trivia on this that I could look into. Kubrick died just 4 days after presenting Warner Bros. With what was reported to be a final cut of the film after a long shoot. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman spent so long. They talk about how long. How long was the shoot for Eyes Wide Shut? How long was the shoot? 15 months. Wow, it was 15 months. Damn. So, wait, principal photography began in November 1996 and wrapped in June 1998. Kubrick will use the tension between the husband and wife duo to fuel the on-screen distrust between the couple in the film as they descend to the strange world of the private sex parties of the rich and powerful. But I mean, Nicole Kidman's like away from that because she's never at the party or anything in between. Like, if you found out that she's part of the party, I mean, that would have been a hell of a twist, but obviously that wasn't the case in this. Vincent D'Onofrio gave Tom Cruise advice. He said, rent a house or an apartment because you're going to be in England for a while. 15 months. Wow. From 1996 to early 1998. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. But I mean, that's Stanley Kubrick for you. That's Stanley Kubrick for you. Anyway, I'm not going to just read off all the rest of the trivia. So again, I don't think I would ever watch this film again. I'm glad I saw it once to finally see the last film of Stanley Kubrick, a director who I did enjoy some of his films. I'd probably say I like this more than A Clockwork Orange. Definitely a lot more than Barry Lyndon. Like I said, I don't hate the film. I don't hate it. It's just craftsmanship was really good, but just the story just wasn't a story I was that fascinated with. For that amount of time and that length of a movie, there are times like of his 2.5 hour running time, I'm kind of like, okay, he didn't get laid this time. Okay, he didn't get laid this time. I know there's more to the film than that, folks. Calm down, but like, oh yeah, he didn't get laid this time. Damn, he went to an orgy, he still didn't get laid. And a masked orgy too, he still didn't get laid. Goddamn, Tom, you fucked it up. But like I said, I appreciate what he was trying to do, and it, like I said, at least that scene now. Anytime I think of these Hollywood stuff you hear about, I always think now of this scene in Eyes Wide Shut. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Take care. Thanks to Toby. At least I was able to see you once. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.